Hello and welcome to another edition of Motor Cars Enthusiasts. Right off the bat on today's show, remember we showed this a couple of shows ago. This is the brand new Maybach Mercedes-Benz concept that they're going to show off at the Pebble Beach Concours d'Elegance. Now that that show is about to kick off just in a handful of days, these photographs hit the old internets, and it is vehicle Vision 6 concept, I should say, in all of its glory. Now, because it hasn't debuted as of yet, we don't know any official details other than they have shown off that it does have gull-wing doors, and the sheer fact that the vehicle is near 20 feet long, which means it's quite massive, but visually stunning to look at. So we'll know a whole lot more coming up in the next several days. This next story's got a little blast from the past. Remember the old GMC Jimmy / Chevrolet Blazer? Well, the folks over at Auto Forecast Solutions are reporting that this vehicle could go back into production at the Wentzville, Missouri plant. It's already building the Colorado / Canyon in the next couple of years. So we'll keep you in tune if we hear any more about this. It's kind of cool to have them have a smaller version, body on frame SUV out there. Next up on the list, Honda showing off the brand new hatchback edition of the new Civic. Now, we've had the coupe for a while. We've also had the sedan. I have to say, the vehicles are stunningly beautiful. To me, to think that Honda has built some of the ugliest Civics over the past several years, and they could build this the whole time, is kind of laughable, because this new one, I think, really looks the business. Now, I had a hard time trying to figure out how this vehicle is going to be powered in Europe. I did find a couple of articles talking about the vehicle would have a 1-liter turbocharged 4-cylinder gasoline that made 124 horsepower. There was also the 1.5-liter, which is actually built here in the United States. That's turbocharged gasoline that makes just over 200. As far as us here stateside, this vehicle will have strictly only the 1.5-liter turbocharged 4 that makes 174 horsepower and 162 pounds-feet of torque. That's either shifted through a CVT transmission, but you can also get it in a 6-speed manual. This vehicle will be hitting Honda showrooms later this fall. And this vehicle will also be the base for the new Type R that's supposedly going to be coming out next year. So we'll definitely keep you in tune on that machine. Well, the Woodward Dream Cruise in Michigan is getting ready to head off to another year up Woodward Avenue, where a lot of vehicles, vintage vehicles, cruise up and down the old strip up there in Michigan. And Dodge is going to show off a pair of special edition models up there, and includes this vehicle. This, you may remember, a concept version that was shown off in SEMA a couple of 3 years ago. This is the new Challenger TA. Now, the TA was kind of a harken back to the old Trans Am series, and it was a homologation car back in the day. This thing's not as trick as that particular machine, but it looks fantastic. Now, this does come in RT version, SRT versions, meaning it comes with either the 5.7-liter normally aspirated Hemi V8, making 375 horsepower and 410 pounds-feet of torque, or you can go the SRT version, aka the 392, or the 6.4-liter Hemi V8 that's normally aspirated, making 485 horsepower, 475 pounds-feet of torque. That is either shifted through a 6-speed manual or the new 8-speed automatic. And this vehicle will be going on sale later this year. Now, the Charger version didn't get left out of this because this is the brand new Charger Daytona package, which we have seen over the past several years. This comes also in the RT and the SRT versions. This comes 8-speed automatic only, and does come with a 5.7-liter normally aspirated Hemi V8, or the 6.4-liter normally aspirated Hemi V8 as well. A lot of these get a lot of SRT parts as far as braking, wheels, and tires. Definitely the both 392 cars get those, but some of those parts go on the RT version as well. It does get a lot of Mopar stuff on it as well, including some exhaust work and some intake work as well. Both vehicles get a lot of badging, whether it be Daytona or TA, and the interiors are bespoke to these vehicles as well. Both of these cars will be going on sale at your local Dodge dealership later this year. There's also a little surprise. Dodge is claiming that they've got one more blast from the past vehicle that they're going to be showing off later this fall. So we'll definitely keep you in tune when it comes to that machine. Speaking of the Woodward Dream Cruise, for the past several years, General Motors has put together a package called Rescue-Sqaud. It comes like this: fully packed Chevy Silverados full of tools and parts and gear, and packed full of ASE-trained technicians that are ready to help out any classic automobile that may be stranded alongside the old Woodward Mile. So this is a pretty cool deal that General Motors has done over the past several years, and it's actually free to the public. To anybody who has any trouble, they can come by and give you a hand. They may end up charging you a little bit for the parts and maybe the service, but they will at least come by and give you a hand as well. It's a pretty cool little package from the folks over at General Motors. Last up on the list, back to the old Pebble Beach Concours d'Elegance, and this, the Koenigsegg Agera. This is the brand new XS. Now, I know we talked about the Agera Final Edition. The XS is basically a homologation car, as this is officially fully homologated to actually be sold here in the United States. 50 state legal, but this is a one-off machine that they haven't said whether it is sold yet or not. So I am a huge fan of the Koenigsegg brand and of Christian von Koenigsegg. So this is a pretty cool car. It's pretty neat that they're actually officially official here in the United States, which is definitely, as he said it, a big watershed moment for the company. And that's all there was that I thought was worth talking about for this edition of Motor Cars Enthusiasts. Don't forget to like us over on the Facebook page. Links down in the show notes will take you right over there. Also, if you'd like to subscribe to the channel, you can do so at any time. Get the first dibs on the brand new shows as soon as they come out. Thanks for watching. We'll see you again real soon.